This is me, deciding to go ahead and rant about something. So I have been following, that was my cat. I was following, I've been following the Patrick Frazee case, and please, 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 dear God, tell me that she really is not still working, KK, as a nurse. Please tell me that they have suspended her or she is not administering drugs to people after collecting teeth and helping clean up a crime scene. Are you out of your goddamn minds? My cat just took off. I think she thought I was talking to her. But seriously, I'm not even joking. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, can you say scary? Can you say scary? That's horrifying. Would you want to get your blood drawn? Would you want to get anything done with someone that possibly is a murderer or helped clean up a murder scene? I mean, it's disgusting. By the way, I really don't know how they screwed the pooch so bad on that. She had a gun tied to her that she tried to dispose of. She disposed of Kelsey's gun. No, no, Sam the Schnoz. She is not. And thanks for joining the chat. No, apparently I heard this yesterday and I'm like literally pooping my pants right now because I'm like, can you imagine if you were in, where is she in? Bumfuck Nowheresville? Idaho, right? She the hoe. Anyways, can you imagine if you went in and you were sick at like, the doctor and you saw that her thing said like nerd. I don't know if it says like the name tag, but can you imagine if she was the one giving you your I I'd be like, is that okay? I don't think that that's legal. How is that possible? Is it because she doesn't have the charges yet? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. All I know is if those doctors and that hospital haven't taken some type of weird action of their own, like HR or something, to be like, is this true? She should not be working. And again, I can't confirm or deny it because I, don't stalk her. So I don't know if she's in hiding or not. I've heard she's laying low. So yeah, you're right about that. But whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I guess everyone needs their money, right? I mean, life goes on even after you helped kill someone or possibly killed someone. I mean, I don't know if you're still there, Sam the Schnoz, but do you think that she helped do it? Because she helped clean it up, quote unquote. Who's to say she wasn't there the whole time? Yeah, she has no moral conscience, is right. I mean, come on. Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that she knew that, God, the whole story is so insane. I mean, it makes, honestly, okay, no, I almost said something. I almost said makes Chris Watts look good, but it doesn't because Chris Watts killed children. At least Patrick Frazee didn't kill his kid. But I don't know. I just think that there's like so much more that we don't know. The one thing that really gets me too is supposedly he was kissy face with her in the sense of like he was getting along with KK and probably playing her, and he also was playing Kelsey, right? But what I think's messed up is the night before, the morning before he, supposedly killed her and bludgeoned her with the thing over her face, which is absolutely insane, is he was hanging out with her the whole morning or night before. Yeah, I know. No, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going off on the whole case in general, but I just think that the only thing I can come up with is KK. Okay, this is my theory. You want to hear my theory on this? I think KK caught wind of Kelsey and him hanging out the night before the murder, and I think that I almost think that she did it. I don't want to say that because I don't want to not vilify Patrick Frazee because I think he's just as responsible for this, if not the one planting the seed in either himself or KK. But I don't know. It's like, it almost makes me think like he was hanging out with her. Was he buttering her up the night before to make it so she would put a blindfold over her face? Because suddenly she's like, well, he's being really nice again. I don't know. I just think that that's really strange that he was hanging out with Kelsey right before the murder, like being buddy buddy with her, and they were like hanging out on the quad around old Ma Fraze's house. I know, it almost makes me think like, did she finally, KK finally get like the gusto to do it when she caught wind of the idea of like, oh, you're getting along with Kelsey again, because there's a motive if I've ever heard one. That, or it makes me wonder if KK had more control, just like old Ma Fraze on Patrick Frazie's brain. And I wonder if KK was like, you need to get it done, you need to get it done. I don't know. I feel like regardless of if she did the act or not, based on what we know, she is guilty as sin, and how she got a plea deal shows the negligence, in my personal opinion, and I'm allowed to say that, on the law enforcement of Woodland Park PD. Like, I'm sorry, like I know that they wanted to get him like taken away. They wanted him to be put away because he's a monster, and it makes total sense. He's a Blue's Clues doppelganger monster, but I don't know. Oh, you think the candle story is BS, huh? Huh. Interesting. Okay, so if the candle story is BS, I don't know. Yeah, you bring up a good point, because explain the bullets, explain the gun, explain KK borrowing a car where she knows that there is a revolver or a pistol or whatever it is, a weapon that she can use, that supposedly the person said when they got it back, they thought that there was less casings, or, there was less bullets in the chamber, or in the thing. So that doesn't look good either. The fact we can't find the body, I've talked to my partner about this over and over. He is convinced. He's like, yes, there probably is some validity to the fact that he did take the ashes and go ahead and discard them somewhere. Probably not at the dump. I don't know. This whole case is so messy. No, I know. Yeah, after the plea deal, Sam the Schnoz, she will only. Okay, now hold on. This is the thing, though, and this is the weird fine print. Just like anything, when they say about contracts, what is it what they say to you? Anyone says, read the fine print for a reason. So I believe if the court, now I'm not 100% sure how this works, but I'm pretty sure if the court deems what she is giving and providing as the smoking gun to put him away, but they don't get the body, they don't get like an omission. They have to get something like hard case evidence, like, a conversation they had or an email or something. I'm assuming that means that they might be able to change the agreement with her, and they might be able to lock her up, I think, because she didn't give them the smoking gun. There is no body. She is not talked about what happened to the remains. And the fact I keep talking about poor Kelsey like this is just absolutely terrible. Oh yeah, no, that's up there with Sam Schnoz, totally the crime scene cleanup, how she was left evidence. I know that to me is the most. I mean, that's up there with like Chris Watts saying it's just when someone is so guilty, okay, because people don't realize that you give them away. Like, you give yourselves away. Like, you do. When you have even a little bit remotely of a moral compass or a conscience, you're going to give yourself away because you feel bad for what you did, because you know what you did is wrong. And you don't usually go around in your life, unless you're a career criminal or a mastermind psycho, you don't go around killing and harming people. So eventually you slip up. I mean, look at the Chris Watts testimonial, which to me was a goddamn joke. I mentioned it in my How I Think Amanda Knox is Guilty video that I recently did a live stream of. I mean, this stuff, they give themselves away. And the only person that's really believing half of the things these people are trying to believe is themselves. I mean, you can clearly tell Chris Watts was like a beaten down. I don't even know if the word's beat down, because I don't want to vilify Shanann. I just think he was such a beta that I know why he did what he did, and it doesn't excuse it, but he has serious issues, and he has serious women issues, and he needs to figure that shit out. And I guess he won't, because he's in prison forever. But this all goes back to people's traumas and damage not being handled in the correct way. We can relate this to Krystal Lee Kenney. We can relate this to Jodi Arias. We can relate this to Chris Watts. We can relate this to Amanda Knox. What usually makes people murder people? It's, the usual like base emotions, anger, jealousy, greed, lust, it's the base, reptilian brain kind of fight or flight. It's kind of up there with that. So I'm going to wrap this up with saying if she's out there I can't talk. If she's out there doling out drugs to people when she was talking about slipping a drug into the coffee of Kelsey, you got another thing coming. I mean, seriously, someone should lawsuit that medical profession wherever she's working, because that's crazy. You shouldn't have that out there. But then again, like I said, I don't know the legalities of it. I don't think that you'd want to work anymore. I know if I was her, I wouldn't want to show my face any place, especially a place of a medical facility when I'm possibly wanted for murder and being a part of a murder. Let's see. I didn't hear what oh, let's see. Yeah, I do too, Sam the schnoz. I do. I think that this all goes back to women hating women, unfortunately. Obviously, it has to do a lot with men hating women as well and having mommy issues. And I'm just seeing a pattern here with all of these people, all these killers. They all have similar patterns: stunted growth. I, like I said, Sam the schnoz, I'm pretty sure she is still working as of now. I mean, unless she took personal leave, I don't think she has been disbarred, or whatever that's called. I don't know what that's called in the medical profession, but I don't think she's had her license taken away yet, because we probably hear about it. I think, if anything, I mean, I would quit. I would straight quit. Maybe she quit. Maybe she's just laying low. Oh, here's another thing about Krystal Kenney. How do you think that poor ex-husband feels that she was living with? Sam the Schnoz, if you're there, I'd really like to see your take on that, because that's another whole can of worms that we'll talk about another time, another live. But I will say, like, can you imagine what Krystal Kenney's ex-husband feels like? He had no idea this was going on. And he's like, oh, okay, you're living with me, you're plotting a murder, you plan on, I would be like, first off, don't trust you with the children, don't trust you with me. Like, you're a cuckoo bird. I don't know what happened to Krystal Kenney, other than she looks like a puffed up pelican who ate too much Taco Bell and horses and not enough dicks. I don't know what her issue is. Rest in peace, Kelsey Barrett. That's how I'm gonna sign off. We're gonna talk about rest in peace, Kelsey Barrett. You didn't deserve what you got. You moved on a whim, probably after talking to this person online for a while, trying to trust them and build trust. He talked himself up a big game. He's a Blue's Clues ugly mother effer, so you know that he must have been really schmoozing her to get her up there. Oh gosh, this whole situation. I mean, and we don't even know where the body is. So, like I said, we don't even know where you are, Kelsey. Obviously, I think about you every day. The candles, for you. And, your spirit lives on. The little girl the little girl is going to be just like you, because that's how karma is. If he ever has a relationship with her, Kelsey, I want you to know he's never not going to feel terrible for what he did. I don't care how much of a monster he is when he sees that daughter. And that daughter more than likely is going to want nothing to do with him by the time she's about 6 or 7. She's going to realize her dad's a monster and where he is and that he belongs there. Yeah, I mean, I hate to put borderline personality disorder on for a bad rap like that, Mr. Schnoz. But yes, I do think, well, anyone that has these crazy unregulated emotions like this, you should definitely be looking into some type of therapy or seek some type of treatment. because there's something else underlining going on. It might not be BPD, borderline personality disorder, or bipolar disorder. Yes, God bless Kelsey's right. It could just be someone having serious rage, serious trauma, serious PTSD, serious dad mom issues, serious, I personally have a lot of my own issues, and that stems from my neglect as a child and things like that. And I'm not going to go into detail with that. But I'll just say, if you don't take care of this stuff, it eventually comes out. And I think we learned here, unfortunately, that Patrick Frazee and Krystal Lee Kenney had some serious issues that never got worked out. And he now will be in prison, more than likely, the rest of his life. And that's a whole nother story and another life that you'll have to catch up with me on tomorrow. But I'm telling you what, if he walks and gets away with nothing because they can't find a body, I will be dumbfounded, speechless, and anguished, just like when Casey Anthony got off. I mean, who are you blowing to get that done? Who are you paying off to get that done, Patrick? How is that even possible? But you know what? Right as they fall asleep at night, they have to remember what they did. Casey Anthony has to remember that she is the one that took out the light and the life in that little girl. And Patrick Frazee and Krystal Lee Kenney will have to sit with that the rest of their lives too, knowing that because of their damage, they ruined people's lives and they ended someone's life and light. Treat each other well. Remember, life is short. Appreciate it. Be kind to yourself and to others. Till next time, catch you later.